Hi, everybody. I'm absent today just for your class period. So I just want to walk you through a little bit about what our lesson was going to be for today. So hopefully you've stamped yourself and you have figured out, and last night you had a chance to do some really good work looking for what kind of place your book is set in. Today, what we're going to do is take that to the next level. And we're going to talk, I want you to pay special attention today about the setting and pay close attention to the author's language that the author uses to give you these little important nuggets of really specific details about what kind of place it is. Now, these are easy to roll right over, especially when you're looking for things like character or plot. So this work is best to do maybe in the chapter you read last night, or maybe in the last 2 days, and go back there and really look for very specific author language. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Like, for example, we read last time, in the last part of the unit, we read popularity. And in popularity, we were focusing only on character. Well, I'm going to show you how, if you go back to that little story about popularity where you're really looking for authors' hints about what kind of place it is and how it feels to be there, you're going to be like, wait, what? It's awesome. So here we go. So I'm going to read you a little bit. Do you remember this part where it said, while the two Allens faced off, I looked across the tar and asphalt. So I would go back and write down tar and asphalt, because that does sound kind of grim. We think tar is like black and it's sticky and it smells, and asphalt's kind of gray and it's lumpy. And you think about, the color black. That sounds dark and it sounds ominous. Well, if you look back and you think about, was what was about to happen a sticky situation, a dark situation, right? Was he about to heading for this difficult thing? Yeah. It didn't say he walked across a field of daisies. It said he walked across the tar and asphalt. So that's the work we're going to be doing today, and trying to unpack some of these little details that help us to set the mood and the tone. And is it easy work? No, it isn't. You're going to really have to get out, you're really, I guess, look for those details that other people might miss. You're going to have to be that kid who's like, ha, 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 ha. I noticed that it talked about the sun being out, or I noticed that it was raining, or I noticed that the sleet was coming down sideways. And here's a hint. Weather, anything about nature and weather is almost always a sensory detail that can really help you understand the setting and has something to do with the way it's supposed to feel inside your books. So we're going to return to the text. So one, go back to a part of the text you've already read, like maybe last night, and reread a part that you thought was important to the setting. And then look for specific words that the author uses, or phrases that the author uses that could be meaningful. And then ask yourself, hey, what's being conveyed there, right? What can does this have something to the mood that the author was going for? And I think that in lots of places, you're going to find that it does. So I'm also going to give you, if I was there, we'd probably go over this a little bit more together, but I'm not. So I've left you some silent teachers today. The first one that you have in your notebook is this one, and this will help you you don't have to use all of these. You pick the one that makes sense to help you with your thinking work. So if you say, the author paints a picture saying, and then tar and asphalt, and you put that in there, right? So these are ways to help you lift a line out that you think was really important to the setting. And, just try this work. It doesn't have to be perfect. You have to kind of try it out. Maybe it won't be successful, but at least you'll have got the pump going in your mind of, I'm looking for authors make purposeful decisions about the words they choose. And I'm going to lift some of those out and see if it does apply to the setting and how it feels, the atmosphere and the mood. Here's another one at the bottom here. If you look at this orange sheet, I like this one a lot. It seems like a blank place, especially when the author says, and remember yesterday when in the fight, when it said, I'm going to go back to that one because that had some ones too, because you even talked about it, a fight to unconsciousness or hospitalization. So that means like, if this is a place where kids get knocked unconscious, that does not sound like a very safe place. And then the other thing that you can do if you take it to the next level for your thinking work, and this is for the citing. This is sort of the evidence part when you want help. How do I write about my evidence? And then here is about how do you unpack your evidence and give your reasoning. So this shows that, this illustrates that, this changes everything. Like hospitalization, that's about as intense as it gets. Like you could be dying if you're in the hospital. So I am thinking that this school is scarier than I even thought because some kids end up hospitalized here and no one seems to be stopping that. So you're going to use this sheet to think, this sheet to cite, and that's what you're going to practice today. And don't get stressed about it. I know I always make it look easy and it's really hard to do on your own. So I do appreciate that. Use your time effectively. When you're done, you're going to stamp yourself again. So everybody gets to self-assess today since I'm not there. And you can use the chart that you see over there on the board, and try to, enjoy this lesson that helps you to think about language a little bit differently. And then for homework tonight, surprise, surprise, read about 30 minutes and do the same thing. Jot about the language that your author is using. Become a person who notices that kind of thing, because that is an analytical reader. And some of you are really becoming very strong at that. So go team. Oh, and also, Kahoot tomorrow, if you guys get a really good report, and I know that you will because you have in the past. So bye.